Hello and welcome to So Many Dice. My name is Pete and today we're going to be looking at Wingspan from Stonemaier Games. 1 to 5 player, takes about 60 minutes to complete-ish. I think it's beginner friendly. I had a good time playing it. Me and my partner have played it about 7 times now and we always enjoy it. We've taught it once. So considering we've only been playing games since November, this is one we've had to the table a fair few times. We've also got the Asia expansion, which we will go through and do a video of. I'll have to try and drag her into a video and get her on the channel and we'll do a gameplay together. It's a tableau builder. You're going to be laying eggs, you're going to be playing bird cards, you're going to be collecting food out of a nice little bird feeder. The components to this game, everything feels good quality. It's always like tactile and nice to touch. Nothing feels cheap, which I do like. We'll have a run through today. I'll go through game setup, we'll go through a first round, have a look at endgame scoring, and you will get my thoughts and opinions. But it is a very good game and I do definitely recommend it to anybody that is considering it. Just don't even think about it, go and pick it up, you will enjoy it. It's a good one to have. Let's get into it. Right, first let's have a look at how you're going to score points in Wingspan. You've got your 4-round scoring card. One is a bit more competitive, one is a bit more friendly. We'll use this one today. You'll also get a bunch of these tiles that will have different objectives on them. Pick 4 randomly, and that is what you will be using as like a target to work to each round. So if we have a quick look, you've got eggs in this type of nest, birds in the grassland, this type of nest with birds with eggs, and birds in the woodlands. That is your each round goal. So let's have a look at some cards so you get an idea of what you're looking for. In the top left corner you've got what habitat they can go into and what food they will want to consume to be played. So if you see a marker like this, it means they can eat anything. Any of these food tokens will work, but you will definitely need a fish to play the fish crow. It's in the name. Next one, this one doesn't eat anything apparently, and he can go anywhere. This one with the, this means ore, so you can have a worm or a cherry, and again, it can go anywhere. Some cards will only have one location it can be played in. And as you can see, some cards, you need plenty of food to be played. Each card will tell you how many points you're getting for having this bird in your aviary. Each bird will have a nest type it goes into. Every now and then you'll come across one with a star. If you do find one with a star, it means that bird can be played anywhere. Let's have a quick scan through, see if we can find one. There you go. If you come across one with a star, it's a wild. It can be played in any of your locations. This is the type of nest it goes into and how many eggs you can lay on this bird. Some birds you can't lay any eggs, some birds you can lay, I believe 6 is the maximum. At the bottom of the card you can see different perks. Some will be in this brown colour, which is when activated, in white when played, in pink once between turns, and then you will gain the perk associated with that card. You'll also get a wingspan and say how wide this bird is with its wings, and that can go towards your objectives depending on which one you've got. At the start of every game, everybody is dealt 2 objective cards. These are your cards, unlike the scoring tracker sheet that everybody can use, these are just for you. So you basically get 2, you can look at them and only keep 1. Birds that have at least 1 egg laid on them. 7 to 8 birds, you get 3 points, 9 plus birds, you get 6. We will keep this one for now because that's a fairly easy one to accomplish. This is your aviary. This is what it's all about. You've got your woodland, grassland, and water. The first column, you'll notice, is empty, so it's free to play a bird in this row, and as you progress through the game, it ends up costing you eggs to play bird. If you take one of your 8 action cubes and place it in the top row, it means you can gain some food out of the bird feeder. If you go for the second row, it means you can get some eggs to lay on birds, keep in mind you do need birds to lay eggs, so don't go straight for this option. And the third one is very simple, draw a card from the 3 you can see or from the deck. Bear in mind it is a bit of a gamble. As you progress up the tracks, you'll notice you can then use different items to gain more of that resource. So if you wanted to discard a card, you can get 2 at the bird feeder. Discard a food token of any kind, you can gain an extra egg, or discard an egg, gain an extra card. Right, at the start of every game, you will be given 5 cards and 5 food tokens. Now you're only allowed to keep 5 total. So you have a look at your cards, trying to keep in mind what your objectives are. So we need, for round number 1, eggs in this type of nest. Round 2, birds in the grassland, and so on. So that will go towards round number 1, as with this one. And later on, this one will go in the grasslands. So we potentially could keep these 3 for now and discard these 2, which I will probably do. Then with the food, have a look at what you need. So that bird needs a rat, this one needs a fish, and this one needs this or this. Now, every time you pick your cards, you're only allowed 5 items to keep. So if we're going to keep 3 birds, we're only allowed to keep 2 food tokens. So for now, I'll discard the fish, as we can use this worm for either one of these 2 birds. Let's play through a first round. So, grab one of your 8 action cubes, and the first thing you want to do, keeping in mind what you need to complete. Right, because we've got this bird with a food token already, and it's free to play, we might as well play this bird. So you take your bird, add it to the woodland, keeping in mind that's its habitat, and discard the food token. Move your cube over. And for my second action, I think again I will play a bird, because again, I have a bird with a food token. Bear in mind you only have to use either a worm or a cherry, so I might as well discard the worm. Now we've got 1 bird left, but we don't have any food. So I'll leave that over, my next cube on here to gain 1 food token. Now I need a worm or a fish, so it is there, so I'll claim this fish, add that to my bird, play over. Now we've gone over this bird, which means we can activate it. When activated, roll all dice not in the bird feeder. If any are mice, we get to cash 1 on this bird. We've only got 1 die to play with, so let's hope we get lucky, and we don't, so we don't get to have the cash mouse this time. Right, for the next round, I think I'm going to do the same thing again and gain some more food, because we have the worm we need. We'll grab that, play over. We don't do it because we've already tried it once, didn't get lucky, but now we have enough food that we can play this bird. So we can play this bird again for free. Pop him in his habitat, get rid of the food tokens, and we now have all this row completed. But we don't have any cards, we've got no food. So my next move would be, let's gain some cards. Right, we will go for this chap because it has got the habitat we need, but we definitely need some food. Now we did play this card and I forgot, when played, play an additional bird from your water area and pay its normal cost. We didn't have any when we played this card, so we couldn't have done it anyway. Right, we're trying to get this guy on, but we need 2 food items. But we've only got 2 tokens left, so it would be beneficial at this point to start laying some eggs. So we'll place it there and gain 2 eggs and put them on the one we need it in, which is any eggs with that nest. And then we'll pass over this bird, the American robin again. When activated, tuck 1 card from your hand behind this bird and draw 1 card. So we could now tuck this one underneath, which will gain us some points later on when it comes to final scoring. And we've got 1 action cube left of this round. So for the final action, keep in mind we do need more eggs. I'll do the same thing again, and I'll pick up 2 more eggs and lay them on this chap with the same nest as the first round goal. And that is your first round of Wingspan. So first round, we needed eggs in that type of nest, and we accomplished 4 eggs, so we get 4 points. And that is the first round over. You continue for the next 4 rounds until you reach the end. So this is final round scoring. So what you'd basically be doing is adding up the birds in your aviary, the bonus card that you were given at the beginning of the game, the end of round goals, the eggs you had laid on your birds, food cached on your birds, and top cards. Remember, we did one of those. This is games that I've previously played with the girlfriend. And as you can see, she always kicks my butt. I never win this game. I love this game, but I don't win. So, let's go to final review. Right, and there we have it. 4 rounds of Wingspan done. So, out of 1 to 10, where would I rate this game? It's up there with what I've played. I think I'll give it a solid 8. The only reason I wouldn't place it higher is because there's not much player interaction. I think that's the one thing this game is missing. We do have the Asia expansion. That is different. We'll go through another gameplay of that. Me and the girlfriend, I'll drag her in, get her on board, and we'll go through a gameplay of that, because that you do interact a lot more. There's a separate play on board. You both have to work against each other on. That solves that problem. But as for this, the standard Wingspan, no expansions, I'll give it an 8. It's really, really good. It's good for beginners. We didn't really use the rulebook. We just watched other people's videos. We found it easier than the rulebook. The cards are beautiful. Like everything, like tactile to touch, is good quality. Everything is really, really nice. They've done a great job with it. This is like a nice little gimmick. Yeah, even with the Asia expansion, everything's done really nicely. I can see why so many people love this game. So, more to come in the future. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of that nonsense. Give me some feedback. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what games you're playing. Let me know what games I should get. There are plenty more still on pre-order. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.